Hi, I'm Dave Worzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on the marching band at Stagg High School in Palos Hills. With me on my left, we've got the band director, Bob McCosey, and then we have a couple of the band members here. I'm going to have them introduce themselves in just a second. I know everybody thinks of band as, like the halftime performer, or, your members contribute to the pep band in the winter. You also have your own competitive season. You also just had a major event, and I'm going to ask you to talk about that, and we'll talk about how things are going so far. But Bob, can you talk about how long have you been teaching at Stagg? And I'm going to guess you teach something related to music.
That's right. I'm Stagg's band director, and I've been in that position since 2008. So this is year 18 here at Stagg. In that position, I teach 3 bands that meet during the day, 2 percussion ensembles, along with a jazz band that meets from October to March, and then marching band, which is from the summer through October, along with pep band, as you mentioned, for basketball games, and then I conduct the orchestra for the musical in the spring. So basically all those co-curricular things happen kind of concurrently with each other. So marching, then jazz, then pep, and then the pit orchestra. And I've been doing that, for 18 years.
Wow, congratulations. I mean, that's music in your soul. You're going from marching, and they're all a little bit different, like the marching pep in a gym, and then the pit for the spring musical.
That's right.
And top your competitive season on all that.
Yes. So right now we're in the midst of our competitive season. We've had one we've done so far. We were at Andrew High School about earlier in September, and then we have about 4 or 5 left. We're going to go to Providence later in September, Downers Grove South in October, on October 4th, Lincoln Way on October 18th. That should be Lincoln Way West. And then we typically close out our competitive season at U of I, the Illini Marching Band Championships, which this year is October 25th. So we have about 6 weeks left in the competitive part of the year. And so for those of you that are watching at home, think of about a high school football schedule, about 9 weeks of games. That's essentially how long our schedule works too. But we also work in the summer to get those shows ready, and the pregame you see, the halftime shows you see, all that work is really done in the summer and cleaned up in the fall.
As I say, you actually raised my stress level a bit for you in sympathy when I thought, oh my gosh, the end of October is a championship at state level. Yeah. That's amazing. And you're performing at halftimes for football games. And oh my gosh. All right, ladies. Part of the 3 representing the band are making it happen. Can you introduce yourselves and what instrument you play?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Mia Lewandowski, and I play the flute.
Hi, I'm Aislinn Lederer, and I play the clarinet and alto saxophone for a jazz band.
I'm Val Pedgurskis. I play bassoon and tenor saxophone.
All right, so you've had a competition, and I'd like you to talk a little bit about the Jamboree because it's a special thing. And ladies, I'm going to ask you to kind of talk about what do you look forward to in the season, the second half of your competitive season coming up after the Jamboree?
Yeah, and as he mentioned, so we have a special opportunity. Each year we host a marching band competition. Usually it's the first week of the competitive season. It's called the Jamboree, and it's been going on now for 45 years. The first one we did was in 1979. We've only had 2 years where it didn't actually happen. One of those was the COVID year, and one was 2007. But it's been running ever since. This past year there were a total of 16 groups here. 14 were competing. 1 was exhibition. That was us. We typically don't compete at our own show. And then because it was the 45th year, we wanted to have a special group perform, so we got the Marching Illini to come in from Champaign to perform for that. It's the first time that they've performed at this school. We have several students that are current Marching Illini members that are alums of Stagg's program, but also Sandberg's and Andrews. So it's a way for these kind of local bands in this area to get a chance to, hear what a college group sounds like, to have them march a lap around the track, do their halftime show. It was a really fun way for us to end that night.
It sounds like a wonderfully fun evening, and I'm sure there's a lot of work and prep that goes into it, but a lot of great fun for the bands here. And congratulations on 45 years and having U of I's band here. That's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Well, and a huge thanks to not just U of I's band and the Marching Illini, but also our parent volunteers and student volunteers who really make the whole day happen. They work so hard behind the scenes. The planning, I think, for next year's show has already started, whether it's securing the date or it's really a community event. We use the churches nearby. We've used Moraine as a shuttle area before. We've used the Executive Mailing Services building as extra visitor parking. So this is not just a Stagg housed event. We couldn't do it without the work of a lot of people around the area and a lot of support. So it's truly a community event.
It sounds like a big event. An event that big doesn't happen without that kind of support around it. Ladies, I'm sure the Jamboree was a lot of fun for you. When you look at what's coming up, are there certain competitions you especially look forward to, whether because of the other bands that are going to be there or where it's at in terms of your season?
Yeah, of course. I really enjoy going to U of I every single year because one day I really want to be a part of the Marching Illini, and also I get to see all the college drum majors and I get to reconnect with my friends there.
I see a lot of wonderful things going on, a great reason, and that level of competition.
I would also say U of I. I look forward to every single competition because this is my first year as a drum major, and meeting all the other drum majors and people I've never seen before. It's just really, really cool to make friends and like learn about other schools.
It is nice too, outside your own band, to make those connections with others. Yeah.
I'd say I like Downers Grove competition. The community's just really nice there, and I love how it's set up. Everyone's just so nice, and it just always goes super smoothly, and I enjoy it a lot.
It's nice that it's competitive, but it's still, you have fun and you enjoy who you're going against. Bob, what about for you? I'm sure you're kind of relieved the Jamboree is over. It's probably a wonderful thing. Can you look forward to certain competitions in your season now?
I think each one is different. Like this year, we're going to Providence, and we haven't gone to that one just because of various schedule conflicts since 2016. So it's been almost a decade. So I'm curious what the layout of that is, if it's any different. There are shows that we've definitely gone to year after year because we like the way, as Val said, we like the way they're run. Big thing for directors when signing up for shows is they want to make sure the judging panel is reputable, because really, from a director's standpoint, you're always trying to make your group better. Like you're always trying to keep improving, and a big part of that is what the judges say about your performance. So we're always looking for who's going to be at what show from a panel standpoint, whose feedback is going to be really, really effective for us. And so fortunately with us for Jamboree, we've gotten a lot of great feedback on the panel that we have. So a lot of the same bands keep coming back because those directors value what those judges have to say to make their bands and their color guards and everybody improve.
That's an excellent point. The quality of judging is such a huge part of the experience, and as you say, to help everybody improve or get better. All right, how about we're going to turn away from band for just a second?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject probably would have to be science, but also band as well, not to be biased.
No, that's a good second answer. Nice catch.
Music.
Science.
Science? Anything other than music?
If I hadn't gone into music, I would have been a history teacher. I always loved history, and they all are in class with me, and usually if we're doing some song, there's going to be some information I'll give about the composer or the context of what's going on in history when they were writing it, because I feel like it helps them play the music better when they have some understanding of it. So, but I've always said, yeah, if I hadn't gone into music, I would have done history.
But that is an excellent point. These songs were written in a time period or in a context, and to know that absolutely can help deliver it, I'm sure. How about other club sports or activities?
Yeah, so currently I am the drama club president of Stagg High School, so I'm involved in all the shows here, like our fall show, our winter show, our contest play, and our musical. We have our freshman show that I participate in as directing, which is tonight at 7, and then tomorrow at 7 o'clock as well. So, and I also do a bunch of choirs, like business casual and madrigals for our choirs, and yeah, just anything involved in music, I'll be there.
I say, you sound like a busy person. Can you tell us what the fall play is this year?
Yeah, the fall show this year is Inherit the Wind. It's based off of the Monkey Scopes trial. It's the 100th anniversary of it, so I feel like it's a perfect fit that we're doing at this show this year.
Good luck with that staging. Other club sports or activities?
Most of what Mia just said, but I am also in jazz band and stuff like that. Yeah, business casual, madrigals, jazz band, anything music related or drama related, I'm also there.
Listen, this is a busy crew.
I mean, I do jazz band once that starts. I also do lighting for drama club. I do water polo in the spring. I am also a member of Key Club, which is like a volunteering thing, and Best Buddies, which helps with special rec activities.
Okay, again, everybody very busy, and you all go to school. Wonderful, all right?
Yeah.
You go to class too. All right, that was the serious stuff. It's time to do the easy question. All right, maybe I flipped that. Maybe those are the easy questions. This is the hard one. We're going to do the fantasy thing. Unlimited budget. Mr. Mikosi sits down with you and says, hey, what do you want to do for He turns it over to you. I'm going to let you do the fantasy question too.
Fair.
Unlimited budget, no problems with copyright. You have the budget, costumes, music, any show you want to put on. What would the halftime show look like, or what kind of theme would you design it around?
If I had to choose any competition show, I wanted it to be based off of like Hadestown, because I was at a competition for business casual because we compete at ICHSA, and they did a Hades inspired set, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that was really cool. So doing a Hadestown show would be pretty cool.
All right, hopefully somebody will win a lottery and they'll make that happen for you at some point.
Well, this is kind of biased because most of my friends actually call me Jupiter, but I believe my dream show would be based off of Gustav Holst's The Planets Suite. So, yeah.
How would that affect the look of it? Like, do you have anything in mind for the layout, design, costumes?
Costumes, I would see some sort of, like, obviously constellations or star themed. Each movement would be a different planet, so Mars, Venus, Jupiter, stuff like that.
All right, cool. I like it.
I would do a show based off the Rio movies. So lots of samba and Latin jazz. I just feel like also we could do a lot visually there, and the costumes could be really, really fun and creative.
All right, so Bob, you heard a lot of great suggestions here. What's the band director's unlimited budget, anything you want, no copyright issues?
So if it's unlimited budget, no copyright issues, one thing we want to get as many kids involved as possible. So, and this is something that I think anyone can do, even with limited music experience. It's going to sound a little bit odd to say it this way, but in addition to marching band, I want a choir on the field, like a full choir. And it's something that not a lot of groups do, but they're considered performing musicians. So, and finding a way to do that and reaching out to kids that aren't in marching band but are involved in music in some other way, shape, or form, and then reaching out to kids throughout the building that have some music experience, like how can we get you to do this activity and not use a traditional instrument? So that's kind of the big harebrained idea. If you're just thinking of a band standpoint, one of my favorite musicals is Hamilton. So if you're ever to do something along those lines, but even if it was sort of like it's an Americana themed show, but the music is different because it's more about that type of musical and soundtrack. So yeah, there's always ideas. We also have the jokes about like what the retirement year show is going to be, but that's still several years down the line. So
You can plan that one out a little bit. Good luck. And
Yeah.
I think that Hamilton, that's going to require a big budget to pull it.
require a big budget, so.
All right. How about final question for all of you, or I'll do a two-parter. I'd like to hear what was your favorite, or what is your favorite song to perform, but also what do you like best about being part of the marching band at Stagg?
Well, one of my favorite songs to perform for marching band is our pep tune, Painted Black. I think it's very jazzy and I really like it a lot. I've always said this, like I said this in the last interview, but I really like Painted Black. And one of my favorite memories, I think, is I really liked the community in marching band, and I really like our staff that we have here. Like, without them, I think I would have gone insane. But I really like going out to competitions and meeting new drum majors and seeing how their shows are going and hearing from their perspective on everything. Like, I met a Providence Catholic. They'd never had a drum major before, and I got to meet their drum major for the first time because she was the only one, and it was so nice to meet a person that's never had any experience with marching, with being a drum major before, and getting to meet her as well.
A lot of wonderful things going on.
I think, oh gosh, I don't really know. I think I'm sorry, what was the question?
Too many to choose from?
There's so much going
No,
on.
that's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
Well, how about do you have a favorite song that you guys
Oh, yes,
perform?
okay.
But also, what do you like best about being part of the marching band?
Favorite song to perform would, I know I'm going to hear some groans about this, but probably Blue Shades by Frank Kelly. And my favorite thing about band in general is just being with the community, and I love Mr. Makozy's teaching, so I love being with that entire community, marching or not. I love the people. The people are so nice, and I'm so excited to see where the program goes from here.
I'd say it sounds like you create a wonderful environment and culture here. Val, how about for you?
I mean, my favorite song that we performed, not necessarily in the marching band, is Poet and Peasant Overture. I can't pronounce the composer's last name, but yeah. And then I'd say my favorite thing about marching is probably the actual activity itself. So like getting to play music, which is like one of my favorite things ever, while also like moving and creating something visually to help enhance that music and make people feel things. It's just so cool.
It is. What a wonderful combination, and the movement or the visual aspect to enhance the music. Yeah. Bob, how about for you?
So I'll start with the thing that is the best thing about marching band for me, and it's the students. It's not just our 3 drum majors here, but it's every student that decides to do this activity because, as the year continues, the students take on more and more of a leadership role, and I think the staff do not less and less, but they give more and more autonomy to the students to do that. And so really, even I think we had a practice last night, but if you take a step back and take the 30,000-foot view, there's so many students that are helping each other out and getting themselves in position because they know what to expect, they know what to do, and that's a testament to them. It's a testament to all the members of the student leadership team that kind of just reinforce what we do here, what's expected, what's not expected, and they always go above and beyond what we ask of them to do. So in terms of a favorite song for them to play, it's really hard to say because I always think in terms of the shows, but any song that they play that captivates an audience. And we tell them even when they're doing pregame, when you're playing at a football game, you have the audience's attention for that song. And it's like if you want them to listen more for the halftime show, play that as well as you can. And not just because the meaning of the piece, but you have the audience's attention. And so when there's that like silent moment in the audience for a night like that, it's the chance for them to play and practice what they performed, and that's just a really cool thing. These competitions we go to, they're playing for a marching band audience, so the audience is really engaged in what they do, and standing on the sideline and watching and listening and seeing what they do. Some of my favorite moments are probably their most nerve-wracking when they're performing in that moment. My favorite moment of the year is actually probably when they're playing at U of I. And it's not because it's the last show and the season's over. It's because that's really the first time that I think I get to take a step back and just listen to listen and not listen to try to improve and listen to try to see what do we do next with this. But this is the culmination of all we've worked for. So I'm going to stand back and enjoy it.
I say I'm listening to you check off all those things, and it sounds like there's some magic going on here, and I'm with you to watch them step into those roles. And obviously, you and your staff are doing an amazing job that they can arrive at that point in their career and their performance. I want to wish you all luck. Enjoy the rest of your competitive season. Have a great time at U of I. And like coach director, your band director said here, like your coach said,
Either way, it's fine.
coach director, that opportunity to kind of capture an audience, right, and draw them in. Okay, good luck. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I'm Dave Worsley. You've been watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on the marching band at Stagg High School in Palos Hills. Thank you for watching.